Our next problem-solving technique is guess and check. So here what we do is simply what the problem says. We guess at a solution and then check to see whether we got it right. And we adjust our guess until we get closer and closer to a solution. So here's our problem. The length of a garden is 7 more than twice its width. The area of the garden is 300 square feet. What are its dimensions? So we're going to pick any number we want for the width, and then what does the length have to be? What area does that give you? And should our next guess for width be higher and lower? So if you haven't already, just try this. What if the width is 8 feet? Well, then the length would have to be 23. Twice 8 is 16, plus 7 is 23. The area then is 23 times 8, which is 184 square feet, and that's too small. So let's make a bigger guess for the width. If our width is 12, then the length is 31, twice the width plus 7. The area is 31 times 12, 372, and that's too big, so our next guess should be smaller. So we make a table to keep track of our answers and just keep guessing and checking. We make up numbers for the width, find the length, find the area, and then adjust our answer. So if our third guess is 10, we only get 270. If fourth guess is 11, we get 319. So now we're going to have to go into the ones place. 10.7, and my next guess was closer to 11 than 10 because 319 is closer to 300 than 270 is. If my width is 10.7, then my length is 28.4, and I'm only about 3.88 feet off of my area, square feet off of my area. My next guess, 10.6, gets me within just about a little over 1 foot of the answer that I want. And 10.6 is going to be the answer to this problem to the closest 1 decimal place. So to the nearest 1 decimal place, the dimensions of the garden are going to be 10.6 by 28.2 feet. Now, if I wanted to get even closer, I'd have to go into the hundredths place with my next guess and guess something a little bit more than 10.6 but less than 10.7. But this is a good example that sometimes you're just not going to get an exact answer, and good enough is good enough depending on what you're looking for and what you need it for. In an algebra class, students get in trouble for using guess and check. And that's not because guess and check is not a legitimate problem-solving technique, but algebra classes try to teach a particular method, a particular technique, and so they want to focus on the algebra. But in real life and in problem solving, you're looking for any method that'll work. If you are friends with algebra, then you'll be able to realize that this problem gives us the equation 2x squared plus 7x equals 300, and that can be solved using the quadratic formula, if you're good friends with algebra. The more complicated equations don't have simple algebraic methods of solving, and in any case, this illustrates the point that sometimes guess and check, guess and check works, and sometimes it's the only thing to do. In this case, there are other methods, but guess and check works just fine. So that's our problem-solving technique for the day.